looking at you guys talking shit already in the chat, and the show hasn't even started. Hello, I am Jason Miles here for another episode of This is Revolution podcast. I know usually on this day and in this time slot we have the Res Dome, but today we are hitting you with another Love on the Left. This time we'll be discussing male friendships and why it's in a recession. We will be back tomorrow, and I'll be speaking with Doom Scroll host and returning TIR guest, Joshua Citarella, where we'll be discussing the success of his new show and the political meaning of a generation. I do want to thank all of you for taking time to check this out. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. It is a passive gesture that goes a very long way in promoting the channel. Also, just so you know, TIR is listener supported. And if you do enjoy shows like this and would like to make sure TIR can stay on the air, well, there's a couple of ways. You can be a paid YouTube subscriber or a patron. By becoming a subscriber or a patron, you can join us for movie nights and get access to the champagne rooms as well. Also, if you're listening to the show later on Apple Podcasts, if you want to access the champagne room, just become a paid subscriber and you'll have access to the champagne rooms past and present as well. Now, on to what you guys are here for. Love on the Left 5. Why can't men have friends? When people hear the phrase male-to-male intimacy, the assumption often drifts towards romantic or sexual relationships. But in a time when we're constantly told we're living through a crisis of masculinity, the quieter crisis, the one that doesn't get hashtags or Fox News type outrage segments, is how many men have no meaningful friendships at all. A recent cross-section of over 500 men across race, age, and class revealed something painfully simple. Most men don't talk, not about their fears, not about their anxieties, not about the stuff that hurts. Their conversations stall at the shallow waters of guy talk, sports, work, pop culture. Emotional honesty feels off limits, as if vulnerability itself might revoke one's membership card to the fraternity, manhood. The viral clip of a man claiming he wouldn't cry even if he lost a child wasn't just internet edgelording. Well, maybe a little bit of internet edgelording. Maybe a little. But it was a grim performance of stoicism as duty, a social script that confuses care with weakness. In this script, a quote, real man doesn't mourn, he manages. But what that stoicism actually breeds is emotional isolation. And for those closest to him, it can look like pathology, a kind of moral injury masquerading as strength. Meanwhile, even the men who reject macho posturing find themselves stuck in another performance, the soft ally, the ironic barista core aesthetic that tries to signal safety through fashion and irony. But the struggle to appear a certain kind of man, whether alpha or ally, often replaces the deeper human struggle to actually be with other men, to connect, to trust, to be known. Today, this is Revolution. We're asking, why can't men be friends? What happened to male intimacy? And what does that mean for our politics, our relationships, and our sense of self in a world where the old masculinities have collapsed, but no new ones have truly taken their place? To have this discussion with me is the woman that kind of sort of started this whole thing. It's your guys' favorite white woman on this show. It's the only white woman on this show. Please welcome Cynthia.
That's a lot of clapping for me. Am I the only white woman on this show?
Like ever? No.
Well,
Today, yes.
got
But
it.
not ever. We've had ones of white women on this show.
Mhm.
If I have to count the women in general that come on this show, it's a small number.
Well, forgive me, you guys. I'm very tired. I was celebrating in Zoran Mamdani's New York City last night. So I was up late. Oh, guess who I was celebrating with? Friend of the pod, Ben Burgess. That's not like breaking the fourth wall. Like everyone knows you're friends, right?
Yes. They
Yeah,
do know we are neighbors. Yep.
that's cute. Oh, well, perfect opening to our topic.
That my neighbor was in New York without me.
No, he's your friend.
My neighbor was
Does
in
it
New
make
York
you
without
feel
me.
to say that he's your friend?
No, we are definitely friends. And
Okay.
I was supposed to be there, as you know, in New York,
It
but
makes me very sad and upset.
so is my bank account. But seriously,
Like I'm doing this all on my phone. Actually, you guys, I'm gonna tip it
there we go. That's better.
because is it better?
Yep, don't move. Stop. What structural and cultural factors have led to men's declining number of close friends over the past 30 years, in your opinion?
In my opinion. Well, I mean, what do I know? But
Well, this is what men do to women all the time. They go, the problem with women is.
I know. Well, and the problem with women is that like we have been socialized to basically have imposter syndrome at all times. So like literally me saying, "What do I know?" is a example of my programming of trying to dress rehearse looking stupid by just giving you a disclaimer, you know. So we have to work on that. That's something that we should be working on. But I mean, I feel like just from judging sorry, guys. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. I'm gonna try my best. Okay. I mean, obviously, like people getting more and more away from community, right?
Mhm.
Definitely has something to do with it. I mean, the rise of the internet, the rise, especially of social media apps, um, especially now too. Just like we say this as we're doing like a live streamed conversation with a chat, but like I just think more and more and more people having like these I was gonna say antisocial. What is it? Oh, parasocial
Mhm.
relationships with like people online, like um obviously just discourages more in-person hanging out. And you know, also too, people being less religious, you know, not going to church as much, not being as involved in like community organizations and things of that sort
Mhm.
has undoubtedly, you know, led to just more and more and more isolation. I mean, that's just like off the top of the dome, but like if we want to bring up specific, you know,
I mean, do you feel it's different for women to have a certain kind of deeper emotional, personal connection with another woman? Do you think it's a little more natural, whereas men have to perform some sort of masculinity in their
yeah, for sure. But also I just had a thought when you were saying that, like, uh, obviously this distance away from these community, you know, this like community kind of organization and all the like institutional ways that people were more, you know, basically just had better community and were showing up and engaging with other people in person obviously affects everyone, not just men, but like maybe men are less inclined to let's get brunch. You know what I mean? Like actively seeking out ways to hang out in person than women are because like maybe men, I mean, I don't know, you can tell me, maybe I'm like completely out of my league thinking about this, but
I
maybe
just want to meet the man that's like, let's get brunch.
well obviously maybe we're
Go
just
watch football, get brunch.
yeah. Yeah, we get brunch with the boys. That's how we're gonna fix the male loneliness, right? The male crisis. Brunch with the boys. We should start a campaign.
Oh my
Right,
gosh.
you know, get brunch with your boys, and here you can talk about like, you know, ruling the
About
country.
bitches. That same guy says that just like
talk, talk about how you're going to take back the country over brunch with the boys, you know. No, but like yeah, I think that women are just more inclined to maybe like seek it out on their own volition versus needing a kind of like institutional organizing apparatus to get them to like come together in person and like have very you know deeper friendships, I guess.
I think if we did do a show called Back to Brunch, brocialism.
Brocialism. I don't know
Um,
why I feel like that's the first time I'm hearing that.
if I did a show like that, it would work, but I feel like it would only work if I was white.
No, that's not true.
You think you go test that for me. Go find some black people and test it and see if it's successful. I
Some
don't think it's gonna work.
black heterosexual men
They have to be
who are going to
heterosexual.
get brunch with the boys.
They have to be heterosexual to get
They
brunch.
have to be. They
That's
have
the
to.
only way the joke can work. But look, speaking truthfully, my neighbor and friend, we never say brunch.
We just like go get food.
Well, because that's not really a thing here, because breakfast is just served later.
Oh.
So you can get breakfast way after
So,
11.
but you're getting brunch.
If we were in New
With your
York, we'd be getting brunch and we'd pay more for it. But we're here and we get breakfast late and we pay the same price for it. So
I don't know. I don't know. It's just like
brunch is just marketing to a specific demographic.
Yeah, sure. But it is the portmanteau of breakfast and lunch. I mean, like, if we're just talking legit, like, you know, like, if we're gonna break it down, if we're gonna like deconstruct. I don't know if you're laughing at me or chat because I can't see
both of these are pretty hilarious, and you started it off with the brunch thing. Don't look at the chat, Cynthia. Jesus, keep your fingers to yourself.
I'm just okay, so you guys, hopefully it'll come out, but the Ben and et al. Did a recording last night, and I got to come up on stage and have a moment because they asked if there were any witches in the audience. And I was like, ooh, me. And then we did a little spell to elect Zoran, and that's why he got elected.
Is this another problem with men not finding friends because men can't be warlocks? Like, I feel like a woman.
They probably would.
Like,
yeah.
you're a normal looking white woman in that you don't have dyed black hair.
Yeah.
You don't have crazy fingernails. You're not bumping The Cure and Christian Death constantly.
I bump The Cure, but go on.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, only one album. And it's the one after.
But anyway.
But not
these aren't like crazy though.
Those aren't goth girl nails.
Yeah. I'm not
those
like
are Sex in the City nails. No. But you can say you're a witch and everyone giggles. If they said, is there any witches here? And I said, but I'm a warlock. I feel like it wouldn't have the same.
Flex, though. No, but guys are doing. Where are the boys doing Knights Templar shit anymore? You know, nobody's doing that shit anymore. Guys, you just gotta go on a crusade to find the Holy Grail with your boys. Like, that's how we'll get it.
Where have all the warlocks go?
You know, yeah, or like. Exactly.
This is what I'm talking about. You can be free to be like, I'm a witch, and do some goofy shit up there, and everyone's gonna clap. If I say I'm a warlock in this same outfit, I'm gonna get called names. Well, no one called you a name.
One to start standing up and, you know, reclaiming your identity.
First, they came for the warlocks the night of this. And I said nothing.
That actually would be really funny because now that what if you looked exactly like how you look, like you don't look like weird really, but you're just like, yeah, I'm a warlock.
What if I just had this outfit on? I was like, I'm a warlock. Like what? You know? And I bust out my warlock like crystals.
I know you're right. It is like to be like in a coven. Is that's where like women.
Is there a warlock coven? This is what I'm talking. This is the kind of male discrimination that is the problem. Is there a warlock coven?
It's true. I don't know. I don't know what it would be like. I do feel empathy for men because I don't know what it would be like to not have like a network of women that I could just call when I'm feeling like really upset, you know?
How do traditional norms around stoicism and self-reliance sabotage men's ability to build intimate friendships?
Oh, because intimacy is like the core of intimacy is vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be shut off. I mean, you can, and you can, sort of, it's like the Democrats. It's kind of like dabbling around the edges. But like you're not really getting to the core, the hot molten core of the thing, which is like true deep vulnerability, which, I struggle with even as a woman.
But do you feel that your relationships with your female friends are more open when it comes to a certain amount of vulnerability? Like you guys are able to talk about your fears and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Or like, yeah, totally. I mean, obviously it like depends on the person, right? But like most women, but I mean, I wrote a piece a while ago about like the drunk girl bathroom. That's like another.
Can you explain that?
I can't. It's like a different dimension that you go into in there. There's like this there's like this beautiful community and like camaraderie and like um everyone's just like supporting each other and like lifting each other up, and like you can like confess your feelings and like whatever, interpersonal romantic issues are happening. I wonder if it's like that in the male bathroom. I mean,
I
maybe
don't
you're just,
want to talk to anyone in the bathroom.
can you like really like see each other's, like that's so awkward.
Seeing people's penises?
Yeah.
Normally you're not trying to look. It's not like a
Yeah. Well, see,
peekaboo
like,
kind of thing.
okay, this is actually a really great point,
Okay.
because doesn't that point to
Mm-hmm.
like systems and structures setting things up? Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm kind of like I'm like out of my mind, but let me try and like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like how shut up. Shut up. How things are structured in like the outer that reflect how we like socialize boys on the inner, meaning you're forced to go in there and it's just like, yeah, like you're boys, like just like stand next to them and like whip your dick out and just like pee, like it's fine.
Is
But like, and
that
then
how you and
you're like
your
forced.
homegirls pee though?
Well, we have stalls. Like you can have your privacy. You can like go into a space. Whereas like men are, you have to literally like, you're like, don't look at his dick. Don't look at his dick. So you're like forced to be stoic. Do
Oh,
you
you're
know what
taking
I'm
some
saying?
forced
Like you're like
stoicism?
literally forced into a position of stoicism and like not trying to like go outside of your zone because you're like, I don't want, no homo. I'm not looking at your dick.
I mean, when I go look at dicks, I just tell them I'm doing a survey.
Well, we're not going to devolve into dick chatter on this episode, but I'm just trying to make a point that I think is relevant. I mean, it just popped in my mind. And I was like, wait, am I a genius? But
And
like, think
for all
about
honesty, I
it.
don't look at dicks, so don't. I was a
But
joke.
think about it. It's like, why don't men have their own individual like spaces for themselves? Why do they? Is it just like accepted that like it's not that big of a deal? You know what I mean?
I think someone made a point about older Americans. When I was touring as a musician, we found out that Planet Fitness was like this kind of saving grace, because for $10 a month you could have a membership to gyms all over North America, right? And you could shower there. And a
Yeah.
couple days a month, there's this food giveaway that was perfect for us traveling poor people. And when
Food at the gym.
Yeah, they would have a pizza
Hmm.
night and a bagel day, uh,
Wow.
twice a month.
Oh wow.
Um, and so when you're in the changing room, this is before people were taking selfies at every single gym and photographing themselves and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Especially not at a Planet Fitness. Um, you would see older men very comfortable walking around with their bang bangs hanging out, flopping to the world. And it would weird me out. And I told this story in the champagne room I was in. I will never forget it because it was quite jarring. I was in Boise, Idaho, and the smaller Planet Fitnesses wouldn't have individual changing rooms. So to get to the shower, I would have to like run. I would have to do this kind of like magical thing where I would take my underwear off and then wrap a towel around. So I don't know why I was scared. Because it's not like people are going to be like penis. Like it's a locker room, and everyone in that locker room, we all have the same thing. But all of a sudden, I'm 2 years old and scared of everything. So I thought I was the only person there, because we would go like really at crazy times. And so I was walking out, and I'm trying to do this thing. So I got a towel on. I'm trying to pull up my pants so I could put them on for my dick is seen, and the towel falls. Dick's out. It's like hanging out and trying to pull. Everything is happening, and it's feeling like this 10 seconds is feeling like 10 hours. And this man who is totally naked, this buff older white man, walks up to me and goes, well, actually, he says it from kind of across the, like I'm at one bench and he's at another bench, and he goes, "Hey, are you a musician?" I was like, "Yeah," and he gets up and walks over to me, totally dong out. And he walks up uncomfortably close, and he just starts talking to me. But he's giving me advice about how to capitalize on, if I have 1,000 fans, I can make all this money and blah, 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 blah. I can't really listen to him because his dick's out. And it's just close to me in a way I don't want it close to me.
Well, you found community with your men.
He was being genuine, and he was, like I said, he was older, so he was at a certain level of comfort where he's like, "Nah, it's just what it is." And I've finally hit that level of comfort where I'm like, "Nah, it's just what it is." Like the shorts I have on right now are they're short. And I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like that in the gym locker room because, like Charlotte says in Sex and the City, I didn't grow up in a naked house. I didn't grow up in a naked house, so I don't feel super comfortable just like being naked around. Even other, nice that it's around other women, obviously. But yeah, sometimes I just try and like I just want to be like these cool women who just like, ass and pussy just out. Like I wish I could.
Right, because when you're older, you're just like, it's what it is.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
See, that when you are older.
I think when you're older,
that you get.
Yeah.
But
you and your girlfriends don't show each other your vaginas?
No.
You don't have vagina parties when you're doing witch shit?
No. Well, no, but like I feel like that is a thing in like witch communities, they're like dancing naked under the full moon and whatnot. But I have not done that yet. I'm not gonna be ass and pussy out in like Prospect Park, like, you know what I mean, like with a bunch of like gray-haired like Park Slope women, like I don't think that's like gonna happen, but I can find community in other ways. It always, yeah. I'm sorry. Like an archetype,
Sean Moon just put a.
What? I can't. I can't see it. You don't want my fingers.
Oh, I don't want your fingers anywhere near this. Keep your fingers to yourself.
Anyway, you guys.
How have neoliberal values of individualism and productivity eroded collective male bonding spaces, unions, sports clubs, neighborhood groups?
That feels like an intellectual question. I think you should start. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like
I'll say this.
Okay.
I don't know if you feel this way. I'll say this. I feel if we're talking about this from a left perspective, there are definitely certain spaces that I think people leave vacant. And definitely the sports arena is one of them,
Mm.
considering a lot of people don't work unionized jobs and that watch shows like this. I'm not saying that everyone, just a lot. So maybe you're lacking a certain amount of camaraderie there. For me, just growing up, a bowling alley was where I made so many friends that didn't live exactly in my immediate area. It was kind of kids from all over the city I grew up in Richmond, California.
Mhm.
Because there wasn't that many bowling alleys even when I was when I was younger. But it was a thing that all of us young colored kids did on the weekends, and our parents did it as well. So it was this great big family thing where we always got together and kind of bonded over that.
Mhm.
And as we are more disconnected, but yet feel connected through the internet and just beyond even quote unquote parasocial relationships, there can just be relationships like we have on this show through the chat. Um, because this is a show on the internet and I'm not broadcasting from a local TV station, that means that people from all over the world are communing with each other. So on one hand, it's kind of a beautiful thing. On the other hand, um, it's also nice to meet people in real spaces.
Mhm.
And like you said, you were at the Zoran victory party thing last night. And one of the things that I thought was interesting that I didn't really see too many people talk about was Kamala Harris herself said, had I gone on Joe Rogan, maybe I would have won this presidency. And there's all this focus on media being the thing that is that influential. And you have this man that, while he did do his fair share of podcast appearances in his campaign, what was bigger than his podcast appearances was literally getting out into the streets and
Yeah.
talking to people, either himself or the tens of thousands of volunteers like yourself that knocked on doors and that got involved. So, this media atmosphere that we live in, that I exist in, sadly, I think is part of the disconnect as well, because we forget about real people in real spaces.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It just feels so much better to be in real space. I mean, well, okay. I don't like denigrate what you do, but like,
Go for it. I don't. I'm
no,
fine.
it's not a denigration of what you do or media. I mean, especially as someone who like also wants to, talk to people online. It's not a denigration. I just think it's just there's just more, when you're in person. It's just imbued with more color and vibrance and feeling and soul, it just because I mean it's like a physical, like you're online, there's just a couple, spaces removed. That's it. So when you're in person, obviously there's just an essence to it that feels more I don't want to use the word pleasurable because I think it goes deeper than that. But I didn't read this article. I think it might have came out today, but it was about kind of this subject of how Zoran's campaign, created a lot for Gen Z
Mhm.
in terms of like getting offline and just, organizing, being with people in person. I just think fundamentally, whether you're a man or a woman, whatever, like doesn't matter your gender, like you need that. Like humans need that. We need to be together. I mean, yeah, again, obviously we can participate in online spaces and we can have that. I think it's just I think I've heard people use the word or the term like digital hygiene. I feel like that's a good way of putting it. Like it's like your diet. It's like um your diet, your routine, and how much time you're spending here and how much, like how many like what calories you're taking in, like what foods you're eating,
Mhm.
it's like I think it's part and parcel of that too. Like, so I just think it just sucks because much in the way that like Doritos and shit, came into the picture, and it's like, ooh, these are really good. how am I supposed to like not have these in my life ever? um like you also, but you have to actively resist, like shit, like bad things that are like bad for you. So now we have like, I just feel like it sucks as we have like another thing on our docket, as
Is
humans, like
is a male
with internet.
space, is it a bad place? Because we talk so much about safe spaces for different gendered groups, definitely different ethnicities. Is
Mhm.
a male space, would it be looked at as a Proud Boy hate group? Like, let
Probably.
me ask you a serious question. What if me and my crazy Mickey Mouse Hawaiian shirt wearing friends, we're all hanging out with similar Mickey Mouse Hawaiian shirts?
Do you have, is that what you're wearing right now?
That is Mickey Mouse, yes.
That's a choice, but okay.
It is a choice because I like Mickey Mouse. You got a fucking problem with it?
No, I think that men should express themselves.
Yeah, express this Mickey goddamn Mouse in Hawaiian shirt form. I thought it was awesome.
Well, you are a dad, so
I am 4 children. If you saw a bunch of men having fun together, what would be the first response that you would have to that?
well, I would be like, ooh, I want to go over there.
Oh God.
That's me, but like, I'm different. I love seeing like the boys having fun. Obviously it depends on like what the subject matter is. But I saw someone post today about, it was like at like where Mom Donnie won, like, and did his speech. Like they called it like Mom Donnie HQ or whatever. There were a lot of like journalists there, a lot of like media figures there. And there was just like after he won, there was this clip of like, I think it was like Mehdi Hassan, Hassan Piker, Jamal Bowman, um,
Men.
men. And who was the other guy that was there? There's some other, maybe it was like Mahmoud Khalil.
Some nondescript brown man who I didn't know.
I think his name is Prem Talker. He's also a journalist. I think he's
Sure.
cute. Anyway, the whole point is we're not going to talk about people being cute. Okay. The whole point is it looked like fun guys having fun. You know what I mean? It was like they were celebrating. They were like really excited. They were like, just like dudes getting excited about shit and having fun. And I enjoyed watching it. And someone like tweeted something to that effect, like, like healthy masculinity. But like, or, when you're watching sports or you have something to like rally around, but it's like positive and uplifting and like fun and, not like, let's organize like a Fuentes meetup or something.
A Nick Fuentes meetup.
Which I don't even.
Here's an interesting comment from Sean Moon. At the risk of stating the obvious, capitalism is alienating. Can you really be friends with people with whom you spend the majority of time locked in vicious competition over scarce resources? I would say, of course I can. And I don't know what kind of Mad Max world that you live in, where you see another human being and you're looking at them trying to figure out how to steal their water. That doesn't seem like the way most people operate.
Yeah, because when you be in competition with like everyone, is that what you're saying?
Apparently, but I kind of sort of get where that would be coming from, but I don't think most people walk around in the world like they're trying to fight everyone they come in contact with, because
most people, yeah.
Because they're trying to conquer the world and win some sort of prize. I think most people are trying to exist and get by, and friendship helps in that. And if one would be so frightened to even attempt to make friends because they fear this mythical beast of libertarian anger, that would be someone that I'd be like, maybe you should turn the computer off for a while.
Yeah.
Because there's people out in the world that are just not trying to fight you for your last Oreo.
Yeah, I mean, that's like brain rot, like you go down these like wormholes on the computer. I mean, like like I was saying, your digital hygiene, I feel like you have to be very intentional about it. I just feel like we're in this time where, I mean, I think we're kind of like over some sort of hill, but I think that like, you have to remember this has like basically been the Wild West for like not that too long of a time. You know what I mean? Like, we just, what, in the past like 15 years, um, we're kind of like thrown into this like Wild West of a media and social media and like internet environment. And I think that like maybe we can give ourselves some grace for like trying to adjust to that and be like, oh yeah, I find myself like I'm becoming conscious of myself being like sucked into Twitter for like hours on it. Like, this isn't good. There's a reason why I feel like shit, you know? Like, there's a reason. So now you have to be sort of extra conscious of how things make you feel, what, you know, how much time can you be spending here and needing to distance yourself. Like, maybe you can pop on for Jason's show and enjoy, you know, watching this show for the time that it's on and like communicating with other people in chat, but then like turning it off, you know, like when you're done.
But only turn it off after the
After it's
patron
done,
only. No,
after
just kidding.
it's
Just kidding.
finished. Let's
No,
make
look,
it very clear, but
it's on the internet and you can find it.
you find
Today
out.
it's not going anywhere. I guess my thing is if capitalism makes everybody compete to that level, then you'll never have friends and you might as well just end it because it's not going away tomorrow. And life seems like a really dark, empty place. And
Yeah,
you're probably not going to do that because life isn't a dark, empty place like that. And we have to be a little bit realistic and not so nihilistic at a certain point.
well,
Um, you
because
can
we are
go
where
ahead.
we are.
Hmm?
We are where we are, so we ultimately want to like
Yeah,
you want to change things, you want to make it different, but like you have to deal with the situation as it is right now as you're
yeah,
concurrently moving toward the place you want to be.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to ask yourself, where do you want to be? I mean, the clip that I referenced, I couldn't find it, and I'm kind of scared to play it, but it is a clip of a man saying, they're asking, well, if your kid died, you wouldn't cry. He goes, no, I wouldn't cry.
No, I mean, that's no, like that's not like a real
I
person.
mean, the joke is that Charlie Kirk got shot, and then he was crying about Charlie Kirk getting
Oh,
shot.
is that real?
It was a real thing. Yeah, the guy really said it beforehand, and then Charlie Kirk got shot, and he was crying over Charlie Kirk getting shot, which was it was funny, but I don't think a lot of people mean some of the shit they say.
No.
I did see a clip, a real clip of a real man saying real things about real loss, and it was quite moving and powerful. And maybe we'll end the show with it, where basically he tells a story about he's a comedian actor and tells a story about his first appearance on the Tonight Show and how while he was getting ready for the Tonight Show appearance, his daughter was diagnosed with juvenile cancer,
Oh my gosh.
and he did like 3 appearances on the Tonight Show. And
Mhm.
by the time he got around to his 3rd appearance, his daughter had died, and his comedy was really biting and mean. And his agent was like, "You have to get a nicer set because you're too mean for the Tonight Show." So he like worked out a set. It was nice. It worked. He killed, but his kid was dead. And he it's not a bit. He's not trying to be funny. He's just kind of being open. And it's an older club. I've seen it before. He was at a comedy club. And again, I don't know how many comedy
You don't know
clubs.
who this comic is?
I can't think of his name on top of my head. He's a black guy. You would never know him. Never.
That's right. You're the only black guy I know.
There you go. Me and those crazy Jamaicans that you partied with.
My neighbors, my homies. Okay.
But there is something to be said about a certain amount of openness. As I was reading this really fascinating survey of over like 500 men in different countries, one of the things that one of them had said was a friend of his had said something about an anxiety he was having, like crippling anxiety. And his only response was, whoa.
Yeah.
And he said he felt bad about it.
The guy who said whoa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good that he has, I mean, that means that he has like consciousness about, I should have been there more. I should have like tapped into my, because I've started to recognize that too. And another thing that I recognize in terms of like having empathy for, because I feel like when that happens, sometimes you're like, oh, they don't give a shit about me. But
Mhm.
it doesn't always mean that, because I recognize even in myself, even though I'm a woman, but like I have my own, I'm a woman, but I'm also a human who has her own, various mental issues. And like, I consider, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I know I'm this loving person and I have such a big heart and I care about people so much. But like, I realize I have a lot of fear of my own vulnerability and like really going there with like even friends and things like that. So I feel like sometimes I have shown up in those moments, in those like vulnerable moments with friends where I'm like, I wasn't really like there for them. And they probably thought like, oh, she doesn't give a shit about me. Like, what a bitch. It's like,
Wow, what a
yeah, like,
bitch. No, they're right.
but yeah, and they're right.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like sometimes stoicism can be perceived as emotionlessness
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I agree.
invulnerability, when in reality it's actually like it actually can be indicative of like a very deep vulnerability and like a very deep sense of being able to feel a lot. And so the person is, restricting themselves from really going there because they know that they do feel very
Yeah.
deeply, which maybe, I mean, I just think to a certain extent, maybe like every human just feels very deeply. Like, how can they not?
But do you think men are scared to feel deeper emotions and complex emotions beyond just happy, sad, mad?
Well, you tell me. I mean, how do men, that's a
Mhm.
complex question, but how do men learn that? You know?
You talk to men that you say are emotionless pieces of wood. You tell me what you're what you're coming into contact with.
Now, which man can I think of?
Yeah, go ahead, talk about them all. It doesn't matter. We don't know those motherfuckers.
Um, I mean, I I think like, obviously we all have like our different respective circumstances growing up, but like in general, how are men socialized to be all those things that you just said are very kind of removed from their emotional internal like reality, or like not wanting to go there with other people? Is it like, I mean, obviously we learn these things from like our family units, our
Mhm.
community, and then like media and culture at large. So it's like, how is that informed? I mean, again, I can only know my experience as a woman,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to think like, how is that informed? It's like, maybe when I was feeling certain things growing up, I was more allowed to feel them, or I was able to express them openly and freely, and no one was like, stop crying, No one told me to stop crying. No one told me to not be upset. Um, and then just like learning to be able to like lean on your girls. You can openly express with your girls. And I mean, because if men are to do that, it's gay,
Well, here's something that McRub says. I've been more vulnerable with more women friends than male friends, and this gets into my next question: why is emotional expression still coded as feminine, and how early are boys socialized out of emotional honesty?
Well, I think that's because we are at the dawn of the age of Aquarius. And in this new dawning time,
Damn, you had the opportunity to come in so good, and you just
wait, with what?
I don't know anything other than that. Yeah.
No, I just mean that there's like a rising of new consciousness that's happening. And that is why at the same time there's the old consciousness that's trying to hold on. I mean, look at this. Everything is, I mean, in my opinion, everything that happens on Earth is symbolic, as if the aliens are like scripting it, and we are like, the men and women are merely players. And all the symbolism is like there. So, like last night's election, big symbolism of like the old world dying. Literally, Dick Cheney died, right? And like this
Mhm.
new energy coming in, trying to make changes. I think that's what's happening with like the masculine and the feminine. Like we've had centuries and centuries of like patriarchal domination. And you have to also, actually, Ben and I talked about this after the Jacobin conference. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I know we have a long way to go, right? But like sometimes you do have to like Jason, if I do have a show and I have you on, I want to do this segment of like when Lindsay Lohan and Oprah did that interview and they're like, let's celebrate that. Like sometimes I think we need to like celebrate some wins.
Mhm.
And even though the like progressive movement is, we're not where we want to be, like you have to really think that in the past, what, like 150 years, like there has been a lot of shit that like has moved. We can't deny that. Like women were not able to vote, what, like a little more than 100 years ago. Like that's actually kind of crazy if you think about like centuries and centuries before of male domination, and then all of a sudden women are like just allowed to participate in democratic society. I mean, women couldn't have a credit card. What was it, like in the 70s or something? Like you weren't allowed to have a credit card unless like your husband gave you
Co-signing.
whatever. So I'm just making the point that I think a lot of this is very new, and that's why it's very scary, and that's why it's also like at the same time that there's this new kind of energy rising, the old energy is going to hold on with like white knuckles, and it's like there's this further deeper entrenchment of ego because this new energy is trying to rise, and we're trying to kind of like open up and like have men be okay with like being human, which just means to feel things, all of the time, and to be deeply human. And so I don't think it's that men don't feel as much as women. I just think that now we're sort of slowly trying to culturally move in this direction of like, no, actually, the way that we can solve a lot of these issues is by tapping into the truth of who we are and like allowing men, giving men the space to be in the truth of who they are so that they can heal.
Well, okay, so let's just say that there's a man trying to heal, and he's got a mullet haircut and glasses like this, and a crop top tee with baggy pants, a wallet chain,
Trying
and
to
a tote bag,
literally saw this man last night in Ridgewood, but go on.
drinking a matcha.
Okay.
I've been told that this is a performative man. Oh, maybe he's reading a book.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been told this man is quote unquote performative. Do you see this man as someone that is in touch with a certain feminine side, or do you see this man as someone that is performing something to get in your pants?
Uh, I feel like it kind of can be a little bit of both. Like, I think that, like, I mean, I think like the performative male meme is, just sort of like funny, haha. There's probably some truth. I mean, there's a truth to like every cliche or meme, right? There's like a jewel of truth that like lies at the center.
Mhm.
Um, who knows? But I, I think
When
that
you see that man, do you want to approach him, or do you see him and he's a hands off
no, I
sign?
mean, that's usually not my type, but
Why is
like,
that?
because I'm not really,
Pussy.
I don't know, but like again, I like to be open to like the algorithm of the universe. This is why I don't do dating apps, because I'm like, I can't sit here and say that I've met and engaged with every single man who looks like this imagined archetype that you just dreamt up, who lives in Bushwick, and like every single one I've met I'm not attracted to. Who knows? I could be attracted to him. But if someone's like overly performing, I'm not going to be attracted to anyone who's overly
But
performing.
what are they performing? Are they performing sensitivity?
Well, in that case, it sounds like that's what it is trying to do.
And that's a
I
turn
think
off.
it's I just think it's kind of like an innocuous example of performativity. You know what I mean? Not 100% innocuous, but just more innocuous than say like Andrew Tate, performing like alpha male, like, or like six-figure man, or whatever the fuck these like men are doing today. Um Oh, we should have done that clip of that guy. I don't know if you guys saw that clip of that guy. You have some like content creator guy. Did you see this, Jason, where he's like interviewing some really like normal dude like on the street in like Manhattan, and he was just like, "Would you ever date a woman who like has a career?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot. what's the problem with that? Like, and it was like this weird, like, it was like this weird break in the continuum where it was like online world brain and like real life, like dudes who are like probably just like pretty normal, you know, who are like, yeah, like it's fine. Like, so I think that, like, I don't know. I think that's just an example of like the performative male trying to show that he's tapped into like performative, like feminist male or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, would I be like sort of irritated by that? Maybe. Again, depends on the situation.
What would you rather have, the performative male or the man that looks like he just fell out of a Hallmark movie?
No, I would neither.
Really? He's got a plaid shirt, works real hard with his hands.
They need a little darkness. I can't do the. They need a little like.
We coming for you now.
Whoop!
They need a little soft, a little too for me. But see, that's what I'm saying. I just you can't know. Sometimes, you know, I've been attracted to people that I was like, I wasn't expecting that one. You know what I mean? I can't even sit here and say I will never be attracted to a man in a flannel shirt, like a basic white guy in a flannel shirt. That's not necessarily true. Most of the time, a guy who is, you know, central casting on The Bachelor or a Hallmark movie, most of the time, no. That's not really my type, you know? I'm more into like a mischievous socialist.
They said got that rectangle G.I. Joe face.
Yeah. What I was going to say about the performative male thing. Oh, you said something about in touch with their feminine side. You know who's like a deeply masculine and whatever bro who's deeply in touch with his feminine side? Joe Gorga from The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Actually, I'm pissed that I didn't think about this. Follow up, we will find a clip from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, because that actually is a great example of like macho men who are like, they're like brotherhood community, and they like talk about their feelings, and they like get drinks and like they do like bonding stuff.
Yeah, let's go get brunch, bro.
Well, they do. They talk about like their situations that are going on, and like they have like support and like community. And actually, one of Teresa Giudice's husband was like part of this like male. There was like this male like retreat thing. And they would go and like get out their anger and like talk about their emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a predator's paradise.
Well, you know, there were some elements to it that seemed a little sus, but for the most part, like, I don't know. I think it was like, it's like good, you know? These are like, you know, listen up. My wife just left me, you know, kind of retreats. But I remember I read an article, I think it was in either like GQ or something else, that was like some male, like a good one, like a male retreat in like New Mexico or something, where it was encouraging this kind of men being more in tune with their feelings and their humanity, you know.
They were in Taos, New Mexico.
I really want to go there. I think it might have been there. I don't know.
It's nice. From Andrew Tate to Sigma Grindset memes, how do digital masculinities deepen the isolation they claim to fix?
Well, how do you think?
Well, that's not what you're supposed to say.
What was the question again?
I already passed it. You have to. How do the Sigma males and the Grindset people, they're trying to fix masculinity? What are they really doing?
Not. They are incentivized by attention.
Okay.
You know, like that's what they're incentivized by. That's what this whole culture. I don't want to use these words because I just don't feel smart enough to like make the distinction.
Go ahead, use them. It's fine. We're in a safe place.
Capitalistic culture of like more, you know what I mean? Like it's just this structure, because it's like, how do we get away from this? How do we not have a structure like this? Like, because obviously if you're putting media, I hate saying content, but if you're putting your work out there, you want people to see it. You want people to resonate with it. You want an audience. But then that can so easily turn perverse, where like now you're incentivized to be the most outrageous, right? You're incentivized by what I would call goblin energy. You know, it's like a negative.
I don't need you gobbling any energy.
Anyway, you're incentivized by goblin energy. So
You said it.
it just, it's it's just like outrage farming. It's like the darkest, most cynical, most nihilistic like side of human behavior.
Do you see what people are?
No, are they making fun of my glasses?
No, they're making fun of my glasses.
Yeah, you're like geriatric art lady who lives on the Upper West Side glass.
Now, when you say goblin energy, you mean like a green thing that hides in the toilet. You don't mean like blah, 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 like goblin energy.
Those things sound like the same thing. What you just
No, I mean goblin.
What? This is what I gotta say. I don't like the chat because I don't know what's going on.
You don't want to know what's going on ever since you said goblin energy.
Well, don't you know what I'm talking about? It's
like, so you mean like green goblin, like a monster goblin bad? Or you mean like they're eating all the energy, like yum 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 yum?
Yeah, it's like here's how
Can you show us how to gobble the energy?
Here's how I'll explain the energy. This is how it feels and sounds. That's how it is.
Wait. Wait.
It's like
Wait. So
it's like the most like basic, like the most.
It's a thing. It's not.
It's an energy. It's like a vibe. It's like a culture. It's like an essence. It's like a negative pleasure. You know, just deeply unconscious. These people don't know. They don't understand what they're doing.
Have you ever seen the ball sack vampire, Cynthia?
No. And, I was counting down the minutes until you would bring up balls. So, I don't know what time it is, but
wait, why did you? What? Do I?
like, there's just no getting around it with you.
I didn't create the ball sack vampire.
What the fuck is that?
It's a man. It's a man that believes in the power of testicles.
Do you mean like sunning your balls, thing, like that thing?
It's deeper than ball sunning. Have you ever gone deeper than ball sunning?
Not at this juncture, no.
How can you even call yourself a witch? You've never been to a ball sunning.
I haven't. I just think balls are gross. Sorry. No, that's because I feel like for some reason, it's like acceptable to like hate on men like that. Because
our boyfriend's gross. What was that thing in the New Yorker?
Yeah,
boyfriend's her. What did she say again?
Like his boy is like having a boyfriend embarrassing or something.
Embarrassing, yeah. So our boyfriend's embarrassing.
Not to me.
If they're ball sack vampires, would they be embarrassing?
What is a ball? What is it? Just like tell me what it is.
I'm trying to find it because I can't explain it with words. That's how insane the ball sack vampire is.
Well, do you
like
really?
There's no words.
Is
to
this how
explain.
we're going to bring back male? Is this how we're going to heal the male loneliness crisis? Is by having a colloquium on the ball sack vampire?
I think it can help. I'm going to show this to you when I find it. I'm going to show this to you. And I need you to explain if this is what we need to fix the male loneliness crisis. Do we need more ball sack vampires? I think maybe. Okay, I found it.
You're showing me a clip
of the ball sack vampire. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a quote right now.
From the ball sack vampire? Are you
No,
kidding?
okay.
On the screen, you should be able to see two men that are holding each other's testicles. And here you go.
Girls from all over the world. My testicle attract humans from all around the world. My balls produce massive amounts of testosterone. My balls produce massive amounts of testosterone. My testicles are an engine of alpha growth. My testicles are an engine in alpha growth. Beautiful. So for most of my life, I couldn't feel my balls. Now that I do this ritual regularly, I can actually feel the sperm being produced in my balls, and I feel so much more grounded. I couldn't feel my cock and balls unless I was fully erect.
That's tough.
Is he gobbling energy, Cynthia?
That just like, I don't know. That's different than I kind of.
Someone said positive masculinity was a mistake.
I kind of feel like those people actually sort of have like good intentions. Like they're actually like trying to do something. And I don't think it's that, I don't know. It feels a little bit awkward, to say the least. But like, I don't know, if you think about it, like, I feel like we revere, like, if women were to be speaking of like their womb and their, their reproductive organs and everything, and with the same kind of reverence, it wouldn't be ridiculed in this way. So so
you think this is fine? I'm asking seriously. I mean, you're a witch. I feel like this guy, look, he's a warlock. He's a ball warlock.
Is he?
Look at the beard. He's holding another guy's yak knocks.
Differently though, like, does he like practice magic?
If you can fucking hold someone's nuts like that, like Doctor Strange, I think you're a bit of a magician.
Well, I mean,
someone says this is not magic.
I mean, like the I don't understand what this obsession with like everyone you need to be like alpha male. Like, what is that about?
I don't know. You tell me.
Like, is there a female equivalent to that?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I just think it's a clear insecurity. It's like you don't need. I would reject even the premise that's like real alpha males don't need to say they're alpha. I'm like, why do you need to be an alpha male? I mean, listen.
Do you meet real men that say the word alpha male?
No, I'm just saying, like, online, like I've seen online, but like, listen, if we're going to get like esoteric with it, I mean, there are natural leaders and there are people do have different energies, and yeah, there are some, I guess if I'm just talking about men, there are men who feel more, pronounced, I guess I would say, like leader-like. And there are men who aren't like that, just as there are women who are, I don't know, like more like, who kind of like stand out more, who like are more like dropped into their sexuality, and others who aren't. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's like a binary. I'm just saying like I think we could all recognize we can glean this from being around people. I just don't think that there needs to be. I just think what happens is when you have like the egoic attachment to it, meaning if there's like a leader-like figure who's like kind of alpha male or something, that he is then therefore better or like has more value. You know, you notice a lot of these creators and stuff, they use the word value a lot. Like it's like you're a high value man. I mean, it's so dehumanizing. It's like you need to you need to like check these boxes and fit these extremely rigid characteristics of what it means to be like a high value man or like woman or whatever. And then it's like, so what if you like don't fit those things consistently for like your entire life? You like don't have value. I mean, it's like disgusting. So I just think it's not kind of, I mean, this kind of feeds into like economic conversations about like hierarchies or whatever. Like I don't necessarily think there's anything inherently wrong with like hierarchies, but it's just human ego always seems to enter into it, you know, so you have to be very careful that not, you know, you're not giving one person too much power in the same way. Like maybe there are kind of like alpha males or people who are like leaders or just natural leaders, but they're
someone in the chat said alpha and beta male talk is just astrology for men, and I think that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Really funny.
Well, because it's silly talk, right?
Yeah, but like, do you not know what I'm saying? Is that you don't recognize?
I know the theory behind it, and I understand the story of the theory behind it. So I still don't know why people are obsessed with this idea of a quote unquote alpha. It's almost like they've never really been around animals before in their life.
But that does exist in animals. Like it's like relationship dynamics. Like my two cats, the one is like the alpha in the house. The other one is like the beta. Like
you have male cats?
Yeah, they're both brothers.
You have two men cats in your house.
Yes. But they both have value. But I'm saying okay, this is what I'm saying. The lie is all women want an alpha Chad.
What is an alpha check? Please explain this to me, because I am at a loss.
I don't, you know how people define that. Like,
I need you to, what is an alpha Chad?
I don't know. You fucking, I'm saying how the internet or how these like incels define it or like see it as, you know, I don't know, a guy who works out, who has like the jawline or whatever, who's like 6'5" and is like is like a millionaire or something, like, I don't know, shit like that.
Okay, so that guy is rare, first of all. It's millionaires just aren't walking on.
Yeah, it's like this idea that like all women, like every single woman on the planet wants this archetype of a person. It's just not reality. Okay. Like,
you don't want an alpha Chad.
I don't want an archetype. I don't want a paper doll. I don't want an idea. I want the person. I am attracted to the personality. I am attracted to the energy of the person. That's why I never like saying, you know, I mean, yes, like, again, I'm 5'10" and I'm like a large person. So yeah, would I prefer a man who's taller than me and bigger than me? Yes, but that's because I'm fucking 5'10". I'm not like 5'2". Like, I need a man who's 6'5". You know, like, I've explained this to you. Like,
you need a man that's 6'5", so 5'8", that's buff.
But I have been with a man who's 5'8".
Was he buff?
Like, because
was he buff? Was he buff?
No.
Okay, well, you can't be with a 5'8" performative male. This is a 5'8" man that's 210 pounds of solid man. What's wrong with that?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that like these I don't know. It's just like I just really reject and hate like very rigid closed-mindedness and thinking, and then this expectation that like we're all supposed to fit into these like modes of being, as if that's reality, as if like human beings aren't infinitely multifaceted and complex beyond gender and like how they look, you know, like it's just so ridiculous. So obviously I think it's okay to have preferences. In general, like I'm 36. I would if I'm going to be with a partner, like, yeah, I would probably prefer someone who's like my age or older, because like, you're just at a different stage in life and you have different like maturity,
So 37-year-old, 5'9" buff man can change a tire.
I don't have, you know what I do have though? It's kind of like lifestyle stuff. Like I would need someone who does like take care of themselves and like is actively pursuing like health and fitness. Cause like that's what I'm doing,
He's buff. He's 5'9" and buff.
Who are you talking about?
All the 5'9" buff dudes at the gym. The gym is filled with dudes that are 5'9" and like shorter, getting ripped right now.
Isn't the average height for men like 5'9"? Like,
yeah, there's a bunch of average and shorter men at the gym right now getting fucking ripped. There's somebody doing deadlifts right now.
I've seen that.
Ass for days that can't wait to lift you up, literally and figuratively.
Well, that's another reason why I would want someone who works out, because I'm gonna crush them.
That's what he can lift you up, literally and figuratively. You are nothing to him. He's deadlifting fucking 450 right now.
Are you talking about an archetype? Or are you talking about like a specific?
I'm talking about a dude. His name is Timothy.
Okay.
He's at the gym right now in New York City, getting fucking jacked.
I don't like that name.
Wow. 5'9" Timothy, the jack nice guy.
I'm out here like we should.
Like, he wants to support you in everything you do. He wants to support your writing. He wants to support your fucking cats.
That is definitely the person that I would have to be with, yeah. But anyway, the whole point is everyone wants friendship. Everyone wants it's because everyone wants connection. So men want friendship and they want to brunch with the boys just as much as women. So who's going to open their heart first?
Ooh. Who is going?
Everyone,
Someone said this might be a woman. I can't tell. Someone says on the dating apps, all the dudes have their profile photo of them in the gym. That is crazy. That is not the place I would want someone to take a picture of me because I'm getting sweaty. Well,
but if you've like reached your goals, maybe. No, you wouldn't want to literally flex.
No, and take a picture of it and then say, "Date me."
I don't know why that ostensible woman is complaining. I would like to see that.
You want to see a man at the gym?
I wouldn't. Okay.
You don't want to see 5'9" Timothy. He ain't shit.
I never said that I would reject.
You said 5'9" Timothy's name sucked.
Name.
I told you he's at the gym right now, deadlifting 450, and you were like, I could do better.
No, I live in the present moment and I go case by case. And if the person is in front of me and I feel a vibe and a connection, then we follow it. If there's no connection, there's no vibe, I'm not going to follow it. It's the same as how you have your friends. It's not any different. You can meet people at a Zoe and Mamdani fun, party after party event. And some people you really vibe with and you're like, oh, I really like this person. We can like kiki and chit. Another person, it's like, feels like nails on a chalkboard trying to have conversation, right? So it's like, who are you more attracted to? Follow that.
But would you hear a name and automatically get turned off? And you like see a guy like, oh, that guy's kind of cute. And you walk closer. He's a little shorter than you thought, but he's still kind of cute. He's really nice. He's made eye contact with you. You guys have made eye contact. It's a nice eye contact. You feel a bit of a connection. There's a flirtiness with the eye contact. You understand he's a little bit shorter. You introduce yourself. You said, hey, and he's like, oh my, he's like, I'm sorry. I don't want to be forward. You're captivating. I'm Timothy. And then you just all of a sudden go, sorry.
No.
Dried me up.
No.
Dried me right up.
That shitty of a name. Okay. That's really mean. I'm sorry. Timothy, I'm so sorry. No, Timothy's not a bad name. I just don't love it.
Now everybody's making up who Timothy is. There's a Timothy has the attention span of a gnat.
This what's the word when you do like hypothetical?
Someone says Cynthia puts Timothy in her phone as nope.
You guys, maybe he's like very well read and interesting.
He's very so they introduce you as, oh, this is Timothy. He's the one that referred that book to me that I told you about. This is him. This is Timothy, the reader guy that works out.
I'd be like a guy who reads. I like what I'm hearing.
But his name is Timothy and he's 5'9".
Again, depends on the connection. I'm going to give you an example, okay? I'm going to give you an example. What you're explaining right now literally happened last night. I like literally met eyes with some guy and instantly was like, we were like connecting. And then he just literally just came over and sat next to me and we connected. And he had a nice name as well.
Was his name? Like, was it an ethnic name?
No, it was Nick. It was Nick. I like that name.
You like Nick? Because that's a tough name.
Nicholas.
Nick can't change a tire. Timothy can.
The point is, I felt a connection with this person. Do I feel like, I'm really, I don't think so at this point, but like I'm open to like what is to be shown, If I was in the gym and I met Timothy and I felt a really strong connection with him and he was like, wanna like go get brunch, I'd be like, yeah, sure.
What if you are doing a lift at the gym and it's difficult and Timothy walks over and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be forward. I'm a professional bodybuilder. And the lift you're doing, it's great, but because of the way your back is positioned, you're going to hurt yourself and you're not really getting the full extension that you need to be getting to really activate those muscles. So he doesn't touch you because he's not rude or a creep, but he shows you how to do the movement properly. You do it, you can actually feel a difference. You're like, oh my God, thank you. And he goes, hey, anytime, just ask for Timothy. And then do you automatically go, oh, fuck this guy?
No. I mean, I'm trying to think of like a name that I would be like, absolutely not. I don't know if there would be like a name where I just would completely.
Somebody said you got to pull an alpha female move and just give him a nickname. I'll call you Joel.
Now, I don't like that name either. Sorry.
Someone also says, I have the most elaborate hypotheticals on the planet.
I know. Jesus Christ. This is what I'm talking about. Like, get out of your head. Get out of your head. Like, that's why you need to go outside and go in with people.
I think a Tristan. Ooh, Tristan. What's worse, a Tristan or a Timothy? I think you'd bang a Tristan before you'd bang a Timothy.
I like Tristan better. I get that Timothy's like biblical or whatever, but
I don't even know about the biblical. His name is just Timothy. He didn't pick it. He's a nice guy. He's helping you with your workouts. Why are you so mean to this guy? And
you're okay. Now we are like deep into like a hypothetical that I don't even know how to get out of
it. Someone said Tim is a wizard's
name. Or like a magician.
What is worse, a warlock or a magician?
Oh, a magician, because a warlock is like an actual prep. I actually don't know what a warlock is. Is that a witch? Is that what that is?
If you meet a guy, he's not Timothy, he's Nick. He's 6'4". He's attractive. He exercises. He eats right, but he's not a vegan. He's not afraid to watch foreign films.
Not afraid?
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that are afraid to read subtitles. They'll lie and say they like movies with subtitles, but they'll never pick a movie.
That would big turn off.
So you're hanging out with Nick, the guy, nice guy, and you look over and you're hanging out at Nick's place. You're like, is that is that a cauldron in the corner? What is that? And he's like, ah, yeah, a lot of girls get a little weirded out. I'm kind of a warlock.
Well, I mean, I would be into it.
So that's you're still there. He goes, I'm kind of a warlock. You're like, oh, really? And you ask more questions. One thing leads to another. Bam. Now, same thing. Everything's perfect. You're watching it, and he's picked out a movie from 1954 that you didn't know existed from some rare French auteur.
Bresson? Okay, go on.
And you're like, this is really, I can't believe this guy. And you look over and you're like, is that a cauldron in the corner? He's like, oh, it's part of my thing. I'm a magician. And then he just does some Chris Angel shit to you, and he like, look, I'm levitating. And then he pulls a quarter from behind your ear. Do you leave?
I feel like I would feel bad, so I would like entertain his activities, but I would definitely be more into the warlock. Yeah.
So we're more warlock than we are.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I would need a better name than Timothy, though.
I told you his name he's 6'5" Nick the Warlock, or you get 6'5" Nick the Magician.
Oh yeah, the warlock. I mean, easy.
the mean things people are saying about the coconut and the corn just says run.
From me?
No, from the magician.
Oh.
I think you should run from a man that says he's a warlock. I really do. Just like men out there, if a woman tells you just run. It's okay.
Do you think that men should run from me because I'm like a witch?
When you say you're a witch, like, is it on your business card or is it just something you say you are? Like people say they're socialists.
Yeah.
Is that same thing? So it just doesn't mean anything?
Practice like, magic. But I'm just too lazy to be like.
Are you a witch in the same way that what is her name? This is killing me. That white woman that sang that song Rhiannon.
Stevie Nicks?
Thank you. Are you a witch in like the way Stevie Nicks is a witch?
I don't know if she like actually like got into like Wicca or anything like that. You know what I mean? But probably.
Would you wear any of her outfits?
I don't. I'm basically just like, I just practice like, magic. So I don't know if that.
But you don't want to date Nick the Magician though.
Not a magician. I mean, I don't know. These are all like hypothetical situations. They don't even matter. If you're asking me about my preferences, I would prefer a warlock to a witch. Or a warlock to a magician.
My goal in life is that someone listens to the audio only of this, and then you meet them and they don't realize it's you on this, and they play it for you like, you'll never believe this show. That is my dream.
Well,
someone says Jason's playing a D&D game off screen. I think you should go full witch and leave the warlock alone. Before we go, I do want to ask you this question. I want you to see this video of this man and tell me what kind, if this is a good or positive masculinity. Can you see the screen still?
Yeah.
Damn it. You can't see the right screen.
Oh.
Hold on, you're seeing the wrong screen. You need to see the right screen, if you know what I mean. Oh, this is the wrong video.
What is that?
That is not the right video. That's weird. Does Facebook ever do that to you where when you want to see a video, it sends you the wrong video? Now it's showing me a video of Pierce Brosnan. This is all because of the ball. You did this. Your witchy ways did this, didn't you?
I'm not saying anything.
So now we can't.
Wait, so you don't have the video?
I can't. Every time I click the video, it goes to something else. It's insane.
Is it gonna? Well, you don't want to pull up something you don't want people to see, Jason.
No, it's not a video that I saved. It is a totally different video than whatever I was trying to show you. It is its own thing. How crazy is that? I click the video and it goes, nope.
Well, I have a quote.
Okay, read your quote.
That is from Martin Luther King. And it says, I hope in the future young Black men can accept liberal white women into their lives with open and loving hearts.
No. That is AI. That is not real. That is not real.
I have a real quote from this book. Shout out to
that was pretty funny because
he says, our problem today is that we have allowed the internal to become lost in the external. We have allowed the means by which we live to outdistance the ends for which we live. So much of modern life can be summarized in that suggestive phrase of Thoreau, improved means to an unimproved end. This is the serious predicament, the deep and haunting problem confronting modern man. Enlarged material powers spell enlarged peril if there is not proportionate growth of the soul. When the external of man's nature subjugates the internal, dark storm clouds begin to form. And the one last part, he says, Western civilization is particularly vulnerable in this moment, for our material abundance has brought us neither peace of mind nor serenity of spirit. So I feel like that just relates to like the conversation about the connection between, I guess, what we would call late stage capitalism and like the rise of the internet and digital life, and like men being, everyone being more and more disconnected from their soul. But like men in particular having it maybe have been exacerbated in a worse way because you're already more vulnerable to not having as much of a connected sense of community if these like institutions aren't as thriving as they once were, because you're not as it's not as regular for men to like seek out their networks in maybe like a vulnerable way as it is for women.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we gotta work.
I did find, I think someone took the video down that I wanted to show you. Can you hear me? I did find the video that we need to see though.
Okay.
Where'd it go? Okay, here.
Oh, we have your lucky, bro. You're a fucking friend, dude.
Fuck you.
You just fucking Steve, dude.
I didn't really fucking take
Whoa.
Is this toxic masculinity, Cindy?
Yeah, I did. Bring it on, motherfucker. I did. Do you want to really get hurt? Do you want to really get hurt? Yeah, I hit you. Fuck him and fuck you. Bring it on, motherfucker. Take it. Let's go. No. I know you're not. No, you fight me. You know better.
No, you're my fucking friend.
No, fuck you. You guys talk a lot of shit.
No, we don't. We have your lucky, bro. You're a fucking friend, dude.
Is this positive masculinity that we're seeing?
What do you think?
I think they're trying to stop this man from harming them and himself in a positive manner.
In the context.
Well, I don't know what set one of them off, but he said they were fucking up his aura, and that made me think there was someone you knew.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
It was just like mindless, like, no, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, it was about auras.
Maybe they were fucking up his aura. Is he handling it in the best way from a place of, centered consciousness? No. But
when your aura's fucked up, dude, what are you going to do, man?
Well, that's why he's reacting in that way, because his aura is fucked up if that's how he's handling it.
And now before we go, you have to understand what a ball sack vampire is. And here it is. Oh, that's not it.
So I was in the grocery store and this dude, really attractive man, pretty tall, and his sexy girlfriend, they didn't intentionally. I was going to just grab a kombucha just behind me while I was waiting to check out. They went in front of me and they had like tons of stuff. I only had like a kombucha and, you know, a little bit of fruit. But anyway, instead of getting annoyed, what I did was an ancient bro bonding technology where I absorbed the extra sun energy from the dude's ball sack very subtly. It's not pervy, just the extra sun energy. So you're not being vampiric. You can do it with a beautiful woman as well, but this dude was like really sexy. So I was just like, you know what? I'll absorb some of his extra yang energy while I'm waiting for them to check out since they butted ahead of me. And I just felt his nutsack in his fucking boxers. And I just inhaled his extra chi from his nuts into my nuts through what we call. So I was in the grocery store.
Well, I guess he is a new masculinity warrior.
But this is all positive, right? He's using
No.
ancient male technology. He's helping you through your testicles.
He
No?
just sounds very lost in the sauce.
What sauce? Ball sauce?
You know, I don't even know. Internet weirdo sauce, like that's like a different, it's not exactly, like I said, it's not exactly like goblin. It's like fucked up, like weird. It's not well.
Someone said women told us to get into our emotions, right? And someone said now he's sniffing his finger.
Oh God. Yeah, that's I wouldn't really
This man, but he's in touch with his emotions. He's in touch with his body.
I'm gonna tell, why don't you practice it literally right now?
There's no one near me I can suck their ball energy out of.
Everyone get in touch with your emotions.
Oh, not ball energy.
Now.
Okay.
How, like, pay attention to how that makes you feel. Like watching it. Okay. Not like, don't go into your mind of like this fucking weirdo. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Like your gut, like your solar plexus. I'm going to be like your yoga teacher right now. Like your solar plexus. Like it feels uncomfortable, and not in a way that feels like you're like uncomfortable because it's like good for like you're growing. You know what I mean? It feels like uncomfortable. It feels weird. He feels a little like a charlatan, right? Like now I'm just like channeling Jason. He feels a little, he feels kind of like a charlatan in that like, he's not exactly, I mean, I don't know, maybe he has like supplements available in his bio or something. You know, I don't know who this dude is, but like, he definitely feels like someone who he's of a different energy. Okay, guys, now we're like just like really gonna channel. He feels like he's of a different energy than like an Andrew Tate, right? Like he's not exactly like a Nick Fuentes like goblin. Like he's not doing this like, here's how you can like be a better man because you're a pussy, you know, not like that. But he's definitely from a kind of like, he wants attention from this. I feel like this is not.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like it's genuinely, authentically inspired, even though he's like referencing some weird esoteric, like.
But do you think he's got good weed?
He might, you know.
Do you think his shrooms are like?
I don't know. He strikes me as the kind of dude who's like, I will never like drink or do drugs because I need to purify my bodily fluids, you know. He kind of seems like that.
Gotcha. But I still think he probably sells like top.
Well, we got to check out that bio because he's probably got supplements in there and protein powders. But the point of that exercise was to get you in touch with your intuition and to see like, yeah, like something about this feels off, doesn't it? That's your intuition telling you like, I don't trust this person. You know what I mean? Versus like, I mean, yeah, like you, like maybe like where the mind goes is like, what a fucking weirdo, you know, like let's make fun of him. But like, I think that's also kind of a reaction to like a deeper intuitive sense of like this person is kind of like doing this for attention. He seems like he's kind of a charlatan. It feels like I can't really trust him. It just doesn't feel like it's coming from a good place, So that's why you're having that kind of reaction to it. It's always where people go with it, though, It's like where people go with it is anything having to do with esoteric anything is like bullshit, or men who are trying to uplift other men in even like a sexual sensual sense is like stupid. That's where people go with it. It's like you don't have to go, you don't have to like take everything to like its straw man conclusion. Just like pay attention, like case by case. Like, yeah, it's not inherently bad for men who, let's say, are like really into fitness, right, to like uplift other men. Like, there's a lot
I do think that gyms, and I wrote about this in my damage article about steroids, that gyms are and steroid use can be one of those things where you actually form pretty genuine bonds with other men, because it is a space where you're constantly trying to push someone to be better.
Yeah. And maybe you can talk. You're having Joshua on tomorrow. Maybe you can. I don't know if you guys are talking about a different subject, but I feel like there's some creators that are happening now. I mean, again, I don't know if it's just because I'm tuning in now, but it feels like there's like stuff that's kind of happening recently with like men promoting this and finding community in it. Like, Josh has his like fitness syllabus. Hassan's always taking videos of, he's a Leo, but like always taking videos of himself, doing fitness. And then like, there's these creators that I follow now, like Jeff Nippard, and like,
you follow Jeff Nippard?
Yeah. I find his videos very helpful and instructive. And like,
Jeff Nippard is like 5'5".
Who fucking cares, bitch? Why are you?
Oh, apparently you do, bitch.
Like there's like creators out there who are creating spaces for like positive masculinity. So it's like, it's not to say that everything having to do with fitness is like trying to be like toxic and alpha. Not everything having to do with like whatever this theory is. Taking care of your balls. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that like taking care of your balls is inherently wrong or bad, but like wherever he's going with it is like seems sus. There's something sus happening.
Something sus about ball energy sucking.
Feelings. How does it make you feel? What is your gut telling you? Because what he's playing on is like a grievance of men not feeling enough. And then he's like, maybe he doesn't actually have, he probably does, but maybe he doesn't actually have like literal like snake oil in his body that he's selling for like how to like make your balls, whatever. But like he's tapping into a grievance of men feeling maybe like sexually or like inferior to other men or whatever. And then he's like selling you unconsciously but he's selling you like, here's how I can help you by tapping into like this
testicles.
Yeah. Like this like weird, like, esoteric knowledge of like the god of Ra and like, like mentally channeling into other men's balls.
You never did that before?
I've not tried it. And I feel like some part of him knows it's fucking weird and fucked, and he's getting attention for it, and he's getting clicks for it, and so now he's incentivized to get more clicks for it. I mean, it's just like a vicious cycle.
No, I agree. I think
growth.
It's all bullshit.
Endless growth.
Because it's not anything you can ever prove, right? You can't.
Yeah, no, you probably cannot empirically prove that. Like,
I'd have to hold your balls. Be like, can you feel that? You feel that energy when I'm holding them?
I mean,
I'm doing this with them, like they're those Chinese balls at the store.
Maybe he's up to something, and like they're gonna start doing studies.
No one's doing studies. about holding someone's nutsack and what they feel. You know what they feel? Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would.
Unless they asked you to hold said nutsack. Because if anyone, I don't care if 1986 Matilda May, straight out of Life Force, walked up to me and grabbed my balls, I would be extremely uncomfortable. They'd be like, first of all, Matilda May, where'd you get a time machine? And why are you holding my balls?
Who's Matilda May?
Look it up. You know how the internet works.
No, I don't. I'm just a baby. I don't know. I'm a baby. I'm a sexy baby. I don't know how anymore.
Dude, the ball channeler is not.
See,
there's no one that's gonna randomly grab. I'm not gonna speak for anyone else. I'll speak for myself. I don't care how hot you are. No one is grabbing my balls and it's cool. Unless I know you really well and we had a conversation about this beforehand. I don't like surprise ball grabs.
I'm sure nobody does.
I don't know. I don't know anymore, Cynthia. I just don't know anymore.
Well, I think there are better ways that men can create community. So get out there, boys. Get
out there, boys, and grab each other's nuts.
Get out there. No, but actually, like, if you can go to the gym with your boys, I feel like that's a great thing.
Yes.
You know? I mean, yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say some stupid shit. So I was going to say, like, I feel like I would love that with my girl. I mean, look, I've been to, like, fitness classes and stuff with girls, and it is fun. I just think sometimes I'm a lone wolf, though.
Like, do you go to Curves?
I don't even think that exists anymore.
I tried to go to Curves because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know about there's no men allowed, and that's not good, by the way, to walk into a Curves. Even
you saw the word curves, and you like.
I'm a curvy man.
You're trying to tell us that didn't entice you in a way that you.
No, it was a gym. I was like, that's a gym. It looks small and affordable, and I was like, hey, and they're like,
oh, interesting.
I think they thought I was going to do some kind of male. I really didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if that gym's in existence anymore, but go to the gym with your boys.
Someone says, I don't like surprise ball grabs. That line's going on the quote list.
Yeah, I'm sure no one does.
So Curves is not a place for you. You don't like the women's only vibe.
I mean, I would be open to it, but I don't even think it exists anymore. I feel like I was like left like our space-time continuum in like 1998. Maybe.
This was in the 90s, or this was 2000s when I tried to walk in. Maybe it was there.
Well, I go to a bougie gym now. And
you go to Equinox?
No. I'm not going to say on the internet for everyone to hear, but I go.
You think people are going to try to hunt you down the gym?
Oh, about these men out here, who knows? But yeah,
Have you seen a giant white woman in here doing lat pull downs?
I will say there are hot people there's been some hot people, but I don't think I would ever want to ask for a date at the gym. It just feels really no.
That's what those dudes are there for. If you talk to the guys that are 5'8" that are really helpful, they'll be very receptive. But if you're talking to every 6'5" man there, he's an asshole. He wants ball energy.
Well, with the luck of whatever his name is, he can get it. He goes to the link in his bio and.
Crunch looks like everyone checks their Planet Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia's starting to sound like the scrotum vampire. Cynthia, thank you for talking to me this evening. I appreciate you. You stayed a lot longer than I thought we were going to talk for. I thought we were going to talk for an hour. Is there anything people should be looking out for you?
Oh, God.
I guess that's a no.
No, first things first, we need to start a book club with your bros. This is a beautiful book. It's called The Radical King, and it's a selection of essays and speeches from Martin Luther King, and it's Inspire Boy. Or it's like put together by Cornel West. Read books, set a time on your phone to limit your time on scrolling social media.
Mhm.
I have not yet perfected this, but I'm trying. Me, no, I mean, hopefully there are some things coming, big things coming up, big things cooking. But
you can't talk about it now.
no, I mean, like, not like I can't talk about it. I don't want to, knowing Cynthia, it's probably going to take another like 10 years for me to write like one article or something. So
Well, thank
I'll
you.
let you know how about like, if anything comes out, if we do anything and we like get it popping, I will let Jason know, and hopefully he will be a friend and like retweet it or something.
Thank you. I would love to retweet anything you write if you tell me. And no one's going to look at it because I don't have a Twitter following, but I'll be more than
I
happy.
did have an idea for an article about Curtis Sliwa, so
Oh,
hopefully.
Jesus Christ. What is it? He's a reactionary nut job?
Well, just that, like, I don't know if you've seen, if anyone's seen, like, I feel like a lot
His
of
cats?
the conservatives are like, he will be hated in New York City. He will go. I'm like, I don't actually think that's the case. Like, I don't think
this is the first time he's ran for office either.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But I just thought it was interesting, this like election cycle, his kind of like, it wasn't exactly a brotherhood with him and Zoe. I mean, they weren't like openly supporting each other, but it felt like this weird sort of like low key, like, I don't know. A lot of leftists are kind of like interested in him, not
Curtis Sliwa?
not politically, but just like as
As a man?
as like a stand-up guy.
As a stand-up guy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 17 cats is crazy, McRubs. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow evening with Josh Citarella, where we will talk his very successful show, Doom Scroll, and the memeing of a generation, how young people are understanding and participating, I'm using finger quotes, in politics. And on that note, I am out.